Hello, today we are talking about the power of medicinal mushrooms. I've got some around me here. I'm surrounded by beautiful mushrooms and they're one of my favourite things. The power in the medicinal mushroom is, I think, one of the most incredible things, and I really feel now is their time. Mushrooms are coming into the awareness of people so much more than they ever have, but they're something that have been around and probably used by our ancestors for thousands of years. In fact, the Rishi Mushroom has some of the most information on it dating back over 2,000 years when the Chinese emperors used it. So today I'm going to talk about these amazing things whilst drinking this incredible ultimate cacao and mushroom smoothie. Do check out the recipe for that, where you can see how you can work more with these incredible mushrooms. So a medicinal mushroom is a bracket fungus. So it's a hard woody thing that grows on the side of the trees. You can hear this is really hard. And this grows, some of them grow on dead wood, some of them grow on living wood. We have an array. This is known as an artist bracket. It's a type of Rishi mushroom. This is another type of Rishi mushroom. So these both come from the same family and have a very similar chemical composition to them, yet they look quite different. So the Rishi mushroom, we're going to start with that one. It is known as the queen of immortality. And as I said, it was used for thousands of years by the Chinese emperors who revered it as something really from the gods. It has another name. It's also known as the magic mushroom of the bedroom. But these mushrooms' power is just unbelievable. So some of the things that they help with, Rishi mushroom has been shown to help reduce cortisol in the body, reducing stress and helping to support the adrenal glands, which are the organs in your body that help you to deal with stress. They release cortisol and adrenaline in your body. So most people's adrenals are very overworked. So getting that support from this mushroom is an incredible thing to give you more energy, but not in a way that's robbing your system. It's by feeding your system. Rishi mushroom has been shown to help regulate heartbeats. It's been shown to be very, very good for the heart, the liver, the spleen. In fact, it's been shown to be very beneficial for all of your organs in your body. It's really a general tonic. So it's something you can have every day and it just builds. So the more you have it, the better it works in your system. Rishi mushroom, as with all of these bracket fungus, have been shown to be very beneficial for mental health, helping to reduce depression and anxiety. This is an incredible thing. There are other medicinal mushrooms that have been shown to work very well with depression and anxiety, and lots of trials are being carried out with psilocybin, which is a component from one of the types of mushrooms, the liberty caps, the magic mushrooms, but that's not in any of these products here. So the Rishi mushroom, as I said, very good for mental health, very good for reducing stress in the body, very good for regulating your heartbeat, good for circulation in the body. All of these mushrooms here have been shown to be very good to help reduce inflammation in the body. And this is so important when we think about the fact that most diseases come from inflammation in the body. Most people are walking around with silent inflammation, and when we start to work with the mushrooms, this can help to bring those inflammatory markers down. So we also have here birch polypore. This is an incredible mushroom. Again, it's been shown to be very good for digestive health, as has turkey tail mushroom. This is a turkey tail here. No turkeys were harmed in the making of this. It's called turkey tails because it looks like the tail of a turkey. You can get them with beautiful colour bands along them, and they're very lovely velvety type mushrooms. If you're going out looking for medicinal mushrooms, please always cross-reference and make sure that you know what you're picking. There are a lot of poisonous mushrooms out there, so it's important that you do your research before picking mushrooms. The good thing about the bracket fungus, these hard woody mushrooms, is in the UK, for example, there are no deadly bracket fungus in this country, but it's still very important that you always cross-reference and check what you're getting. So some of the other amazing mushrooms out there, chaga is an incredible mushroom. Chaga grows on birch trees and is found in colder climes. So it's found more in places like Scotland or Siberia. And chaga mushroom starts off growing, it's very interesting, when the birch sapling first emerges out of the ground. The chaga spores are in there, and so as the tree grows up, so the chaga grows with it, and the chaga actually grows out of the birch tree, a bit like cancerous growth. The chaga is considered a bit of a parasite on the birch tree, but what's incredible is the chaga is working with pulling out some of the betulinic acid, which is one of the components found in the birch tree. And this betulinic acid has been shown to kill cancer cells. So when you work with things like chaga mushrooms, you may be able to reduce cancer cells in your body. Lots of incredible studies being done in America by Paul Stamets, working with pharmaceutical companies, looking at the power of the medicinal mushrooms. Turkey tails, chaga, reishi, all of these are being studied for their cancer fighting ability. And for me, one of the things I love about the mushrooms is I would much rather prevent things than have to cure them. I would much rather stay healthy, in optimum health and thriving by working with these things now whilst I'm healthy. So for me, bringing these tools into my life are key. Personally, I take the mushrooms every day in different forms. So I have my dual extract medicinal mushroom tincture. Now this is reishi, chaga, lion's mane, cordyceps and turkey tails. Cordyceps is renowned for its energy giving properties. Lion's mane is incredible for its neuroregenerative properties. Studies are showing potentially very good for Alzheimer's and dementia, as well as repairing the body's tissue, reducing scar tissue in the body. So very good for those connective joints and things. So really, really great to have that. And I've told you about reishi and chaga. Turkey tails, very good for digestive health, and the studies for it with cancer are showing it to be really quite remarkable. All of those mushrooms in that dual extract mushroom tincture have been shown to be amazing for mental health, reducing anxiety, depression, really incredible results coming up with the studies that are being done. The other way I like to take mushrooms is in my herbal trinity. This is a beautiful sacred oil. So it's an oil of CBD, medicinal mushrooms and cacao. And the reason I've put this combination together is because of my research on the endocannabinoid system. This is a huge subject, but briefly touching on it, what I found is that we have a system in our body called the endocannabinoid system, which is like the foundations of our house. It underpins all of the bodily systems and interacts with all of them. And the ECS, endocannabinoid system's function, is to bring balance to the body. Now for me, that's something that I really want. What about you? Do you want balance in your body? So we naturally produce cannabinoids. We have cannabinoid receptors in our body so we can absorb the cannabinoids that we're producing. We have to have enough fat to produce these cannabinoids, and the receptors have to be open and ready to receive as well. So for me, supporting my endocannabinoid system to bring balance to my body is key. And how we can do this? Well, the mushrooms work to stimulate the receptor points of the endocannabinoid system. Cacao produces anandamide, which is a natural cannabinoid that we make in our bodies. And it's the cannabinoid that is known as the bliss chemical. So it makes you feel happy. So the cacao is giving you that anandamide. So the mushrooms are exciting, stimulating the receptor points. The cacao is helping you produce more anandamide to make you feel happy. And then the CBD, which comes from cannabis, a non-psychoactive component of cannabis, the CBD holds the anandamide in the receptors for longer. So basically you stay happy for longer. And who doesn't want that? I know I certainly do. So these mushrooms are super powerful at supporting the body to come back into a state of balance. The other way I like to have the medicinal mushrooms is in the All You Need. We have in here reishi, chaga, turkey tails, lion's mane mushrooms. So we have a great amount of medicinal mushrooms, and you can have that every day in your smoothie, in your water, shake it up, super easy to have. And as I said in the beginning, we've made an amazing ultimate cacao and mushroom smoothie, which you can find the recipe to on allyouneedsuperfoods.com. So do check out that recipe on how you can work more with the mushrooms. I have the mushrooms in lots of ways. As you can tell, I love mushrooms. Not only because how they affect me, but I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of people over the years, and I've seen over the last 10 years the way the mushrooms can change people's lives. And that for me is not an exaggeration. That's the truth. They really can have such an impact. Another thing about the medicinal mushrooms, which is so powerful in how it can help us, is the medicinal mushrooms, these bracket fungus, are known as immune modulators. So what does that mean? Well, it means they help to regulate our immune system. Our immune system, put very simply, works in two levels. We have the level that is your everyday level, that's working on fighting off bacteria and parasites and food intolerances. It's kind of doing your everyday clean of your house. And then we have the other level of the immune system, which is your deep clean. So it's you getting the skirting boards and behind the sofas and all of those things. Now, you can't do both at the same time in your body. You can't do a deep clean and an everyday clean. Now, the problem is if you're always doing the everyday clean, the deep clean doesn't happen. Now, who here feels that they need a deep clean? Well, we all do. We all need the body to be fighting off those cancer cells, fighting off those viruses and pathogens, and keeping us in optimum health. So how the mushrooms work, put simply, is they come in and they regulate the flow between these two levels of immunity. So you're getting the everyday clean for half an hour, then you're getting the deep clean, and it's switching back and forth. And this is one of the most powerful things about these mushrooms. I also have a mushroom complex, which is a powder of 6 different mushrooms, which also comes in pill form in case you just want to pop some pills on the go. The other thing I've got which has mushrooms in is my CBD chocolate and cacao mix. You can have this as a hot drink, which is really beautiful. In an earlier episode, we have done the hot chocolate with All You Need and the CBD hot chocolate, combining the two together, and that is just a powerhouse. And for me, that's what I want. It's like, how can I work with foods? How can I bring that alchemy of the magic of the mushrooms? What complements that? And when you look at what foods complement what, the mushrooms and the cacao are the perfect complementation of each other. So when I have cacao, I always have the mushrooms with it because they bring that balance. Cacao is very heart opening and up here and woo! And the mushrooms ground that energy. So they bring it into that really grounded action space, which is so beautiful. So with foods, it is the combining that creates the magic, and that's what we've done with the All You Need. We've looked at what foods alchemically create something that is so much better than the sum of its parts. And that is really the key with the mushrooms. You know, the more mushrooms you can add in, the better they really affect your body. Mushrooms, another function of the mushroom is to give you energy. So many people have coffee to wake them up in the morning. I haven't drank coffee or caffeine for 17 years now. And most of the time I am full of beans. Why? Well, I have my awaken in the morning, which is medicinal mushrooms, along with other adaptogenic herbs. I have my All You Need in the morning. So I've got these powerhouses to energize my body from a natural point of view, instead of energizing it by basically whipping a horse, which is what caffeine is doing. So for me, some of the power of the mushrooms is the fact that they can support our body to have that sustained energy. And that's what we want, don't we? Sustained energy. So I'm just going to run through the bullet points of how these mushrooms work. Number 1, reducing inflammation in the body. Number 2, immune regulation. Number 3, natural forms of energy for your body. Number 4, cancer fighting potential. Number 5, supporting good digestive health. Wow, what amazing things we're looking at there. You know, who doesn't need that in their life? So I hope you can get out there and get some mushrooms. A quick point on the mushrooms, you can't eat them. These ones are not edible. That would be very horrible. They are medicinal, so you have to extract them, which is why I've created these products to help you for ease of use. If you had a mushroom like this, you would have to ideally simmer this for optimally 2 to 4 hours. You could simmer it for 20 to 30 minutes and get good benefits, but optimally 2 to 4 hours. You would then get a chunk of the goodness out of this, but not all of it. You extract it into alcohol and you get another component of the magic of these mushrooms. To make a mushroom tincture, you need to put the mushrooms into 40% alcohol and leave it for 4 to 6 weeks. Then you have a tincture. Now you combine the water extraction and the alcohol extraction and you get all of these products here. They've all been dual extracted so that you are getting the best of the mushrooms. So I hope you've enjoyed this update on how you can start working with these incredible, amazing things. Another thing that I like to do is just sit and be with the mushrooms, sit and meditate with them and connect into the wisdom of these incredible, incredible creatures, beings. So I look forward to hearing how you're working with mushrooms and how you find them changing your life.